There's my wife. I can't do that. Okay, hello. I'm gonna go over what I want to see in the next Fuji X100 camera. Beautiful summer day in Calgary, wow. Okay, so we're gonna talk about the next installment of the X100 series. Cameras, no, nothing's confirmed, it's all rumors, but I wanna talk about what I would like to see in it. Just because it's still such a popular camera over 2 years later that the next one, they could go safe on it or they could have a major overhaul, but there's just a few things that would make me for sure wanna buy it. First thing, an articulating screen would be really nice. Even just like a tilt up and down, different perspective stuff would be good. Touchscreen would be nice, but I don't really care. I've never really used or had one. So it would be more of a bonus that I would probably not even use or get used to. So that I'm not too worried about. Another thing I think is kind of a given, I don't even think that this won't happen, is the new processor. That'd be nice, obviously, but I think that will happen. I don't think that they would not do that, just because I know that X-Trans 4 has been out for long enough that it's probably a guarantee that it'll be the next one. So that's just kind of a given, but I would hope to see that for sure. If it was still on the third one, then I don't think it would be worth an upgrade. I think Fuji could probably do away with this kind of like fake leathery textured thing that they put on these cameras. I thought it was cool when like the X100 came out and I liked the look of it. I'm starting to think it would look better if it was just smooth, like brushed metal look the whole way around. I think that would make it really clean, really nice, not that difficult to hold. So I think that textured finish could probably go. It might seem a little dated now. I have a weird one that I don't know if it happens to anybody else with this camera, but it happens to me a lot. It just happened to me 2 seconds ago filming that last clip. My pinky opens the battery all the time. So if that would be moved, that would be great. I'll just pick up the camera and I'll go like, sorry, don't mind the dog's nose. I'll go like that, and I do that all the time, the way that I hold this camera. So I've had to teach myself to hold it like a little bit different, which is not comfortable for me. So I wouldn't mind if the battery door and like the battery itself were moved, but I think that might happen too, because a lot of people didn't like where the tripod mounts were in comparison to the battery. You can't like take the battery out or your SD card out if it's mounted to any plate or tripod. So that might happen. And that being said, the SD card could go somewhere else too. It doesn't need to be put into the battery door. It could slide in anywhere else, and I would probably like that. But if it doesn't change, then I wouldn't really care either way. It's just kind of one of those nitpicky things that might be able to be improved on. So that's another thing that I would say. But my pinky opening that door drives me nuts, and I'm trying to like get over it and trying to teach myself to put my pinky somewhere else, but it just happens all the time. Then I think the last thing I would want is just kind of like upgrades in general. Like I wouldn't mind the EVF to be a little bit sharper and better. If the battery life got better, then that's obviously a nice upgrade too. But I think, and I don't know if they would go this route, I think that it could be a good idea. Let's say it was an X100V that they do on the next one. There could be 2 models. There could be this same lens and then maybe something like a 50mm equivalent. I think for photos, I would probably go towards that. Like I would rather it be a little bit tighter, even though I've grown to really like this focal length. If they could update just the lens as is and make it maybe like an f1.8 or even like a 1.4 or something, I think that would make this camera like exponentially better. But I know that that's a lot to ask at the price point it is. So I don't think that that's like a necessary thing, but I feel like that would just be crazy if they could come up with like a 35mm equivalent f1.4. Yeah, just like that I think that would make the camera so much better, and I think a lot more people would jump on board with it. But overall, like I've just learned to love the camera as is, so if I could pick the things that would make me upgrade without just carrying this through the next generation, I think water resistance would be really huge. I think that would be a big selling feature, just because if you're out in like the drizzling rain, you wouldn't have to worry about it. I would put that number one. The tilt screen and stuff, I know would use, a lot of other people would use. I wouldn't really need it that much. So that's not even like a number one feature. I just think that that would make the camera better and speak to a wider audience. So I just put that on my list, but it wouldn't need to be there for me to upgrade. I think if I got a sharper lens, like a higher aperture rating and water resistance, then I would for sure sell my X100F to move to the next generation. But if it was only minor things, then I would probably just ride this camera out for a little bit. So yeah, those are my thoughts. If they don't do any of them, then I don't care. I still have a camera that I like and I use and I enjoy. So it's just now that it's getting talked about even more so because the rumors are for 2020. That's what I would expect to see, is most of those things. I guess we could say like some video capabilities would be cool.
Yeah.
That's what Alexa wants.
Alexa would love that. Like, I would love a camera that, because I don't carry a camera and I'm not a photographer, but that I could use a little bit sometimes. Whether it be like Jim doesn't need it and I just need to film a little vlog for my blog.
Vlog for the blog. Yeah, like it'd be cool if you could rely on it to take good video clips, and you know, if you're in a pinch and need it, or could vlog with it at no crazy level. Like, it doesn't have to be crazy 4K 60 frames, like just, you know, Canon G7X territory. And if the screen could flip all the way out, then even better.
I would love that.
Yeah, there you go. Then I wouldn't have to haul around this FS5 that I can hardly hold. Oh, wide. Oh my god. But yeah, let me know what you guys would want to see. I posted it already and a lot of people said the same thing, like some weather and dust resistance and an articulating screen. I think a lot of people would like. Again, I don't really use that stuff, but I think that that is so heavily used just for like lower and higher perspective stuff that a lot of people would buy this camera based on that. It wouldn't change my mind solely just on that, but I think the sealing or the sealant for the weather and dust would be awesome. But yeah, let me know what you want to see, and I'll keep making videos about this camera and other things. I want to thank you guys for 1,000 subscribers. It's kind of fun. 10 videos, party time. I'll link Alexa's stuff below. Keep hitting my head on trees. And I wanted to say 91% of people that watch my channel aren't subscribed. So if you could consider doing that, that would help me out. Justifies me making even more of these videos, which is great because I like doing it. Yeah, I'll see you in the next one.